Going on to you, Sagittarius. So you have the Three of Wands, the Eight of Swords, the Emperor, the King of Pentacles, the Wheel of Fortune. You, Sagittarius, have the Six of Wands, the Fool, the Knight of Pentacles, the Chariot, and the Six of Swords. Okay, so, all right, so for you, Sagittarius, the Three of Wands, the Eight of Swords, the Emperor. A lot of you Sagittarius, when it comes to dating, you're pretty much, you're in a time right now where a lot of you Sagittarius, honestly, you have a lot of real decisions to make, internally as well as externally, but more internally first. Because the Three of Wands represents wanting to be done with dating, honestly, wanting to be done with it all, with everything, and that really not seeing the value in it at one point, but still understanding that there is value in it at the end of the day. It's just that you just haven't necessarily found someone that's really built for you here just yet. And then you have the Eight of Swords and the Emperor. The Eight of Swords and the Emperor is about, well, specifically the Eight of Swords is about and feeling restricted, right? When you try to meet people, talk to them, they always have some form of issues. There's always something. There's always something that gets in the way. That's one of the secrets of Sagittarius, is that a lot of you are secretly disappointed in a lot of the partners that you interact with. And don't worry, that disappointment goes to other zodiac signs too. Other zodiac signs sharing that. Virgo, Scorpio, Aquarius. Trust me, other zodiac signs share that too. But the Eight of Swords is about how, so that kind of gave you even more of a feeling of not knowing where to go or what to do, right? Being at a crossroads, like, okay, what should you do, right? Should you stay here, not date, travel? What exactly is going on? And the Emperor represents, until a lot of you Sagittarius snapped out of it. And then you realize that you are in charge of when you date. You may not necessarily be in charge of who, as far as the name is concerned, right? But at the same time, you're looking for quality and not quantity, right? You're not necessarily looking for a whole group of people, because that can essentially wear you out, right? Trying to get to know all these people if that's not the type of relationship you want, and if that's not who you are. So the Emperor now represents, so this is about how a lot of you Sagittarius, you caught yourselves, in your mentality, a lot of you caught yourselves being wimps. And y'all are like, come on now, buck up. I ain't got to be like this. That's what Sagittarius would say. And then the thing about it is that the King of Pentacles is about how, and this is the type of internal talk that a lot of you Sagittarius are having with yourselves right now. Learning how to be calm. Learning how to understand that, again, just because you've had some difficulties does not mean that you should quit, really, at all. And that a lot of you Sagittarius understand that this is what it is that people sign up for whenever it is that they try to date. This is what most people are going through, really. You're not alone, Sagittarius. You're really not. I'm going through that. I've chose not to date anymore inside of the U.S., really, but I went through that, been through a lot of that. It was always something. There's always, people had the audacity to, come back and ask me, oh, there must be something wrong with me. Is there something wrong with me? This, that, and the third, when it was clearly the people who I'm hanging out with and exclusively them, right? And it's the same thing with you, people not really understanding your circumstances. But at the same time, everybody is shocked. Really? Come on, yo. Come on. Just take a look at Marshall and Jackie from Love is Blind. Come on now. But everybody's still going to act like they don't know what's going on. Take a look at that show, Marshall and Jackie, right? Not the show. I mean, the show Love is Blind with Marshall and Jackie. How it is that a person is trying to do their best to really step their game up, really, get into a relationship with somebody for the right reasons, and the person is trying to make the other person seem like Jackie trying to make Marshall seem like, Marshall don't know what it is that Marshall's talking about. All this out of nowhere. Just come on now. Come on now. Come on now. I don't understand why it is that So it's the same situation for you, Sagittarius. If you talk to it's like if you try to talk to people, people they're gonna try to gaslight you. I don't understand why it is. Or really, okay, because it wouldn't be because most people in the game are dysfunctional with it, and that most people are in the game, and that a lot of you Sagittarius don't want to be in the game. So that's why it is that you're talking to people. But what do you know? And the Wheel of Fortune is about how, this represents those decisions. And one of the decisions is, are you going to remain trying to date people? Are you going to go somewhere else? Are you going to stop? Are you going to try to go back to someone that you were dating and make amends or make up with them? Then you have the Six of Wands. Either way for you, it's going to be a victory. But from what I'm seeing, the path that is mostly laid out for you as far as the cards are concerned, Six of Wands, the Fool, you're going to move forward, fresh new start. You're not going to go backwards. You're not going to go try to be with someone that you were with before, because there's no point. And because you have experience with this person, and a lot of you don't really see a point in it specifically. But then you have the Knight of Pentacles. You're trying to find someone who is at least considerate, right? Someone who, at very least, listens to what it is that you have to say. And that for you, Sagittarius, if the person, they got to have at least some of these traits, you know what I mean? Considerate, they're, an active listener, so that they can get to know you. Because if you don't listen to somebody, right, the things that they say, watch what it is that they do, if you don't use your senses to really learn who the person is, how are you really going to know who they are? They're not really going to know who they are, because there's always going to be some form of projection. And that's how it is that you Sagittarius know if someone is projecting, because they'll hang around you and they'll still not know you, right? It's not that they don't know that you're a great individual. They know that, but and this is what I mean when I say there's always some weird sass on it. They know the type of person who you are, but they have to throw these terrible sounding projections out there. Terrible, right? Oh, you Sagittarius can run a food bank. You're starving all of the, and it's like, what are you talking? You know what I'm saying? Like, way off. Those types of people, yeah, like those types of people you should not be taken seriously. Most people out here who call themselves dating are losers, because they gotta go through stoops. Anyway. So the Chariot and the Six of Swords now represent, so as a result of this, so just remember, and the Chariot and Sagittarius is a horse, and then you have the seahorse here too. So this is about how you just need to really be mindful of just catering to your animalistic side, right? Half person, half horse, and just be mindful to use both. Because that's the gift of Sagittarius, is the ability to use both. Because that's what Sagittarius represents. It represents the animal instincts that is in the species, animal instincts that is in us, and that how we need to use those animal instincts. But Sagittarius, a lot of times you don't do that. A lot of times it's all animal instincts, to the point where you become emotional. Even happiness is too much, and then now it's like you're a stallion. But stallions can be clumsy, horses can be clumsy. Y'all didn't know that. So the thing about it is that, so the Six of Swords is that a lot more people are going to come to you. You don't have to ever go back, but just know that you have to be very mindful of who they are. Pay attention. Don't be so happy and so interested in the person to the point where you forget the quality of the person and what it is that you're trying to find. So let's clarify the Six of Swords, who they are. Nine of Pentacles, Nine of Wands, ooh, Judgment, ooh, Ten of Pentacles, right? So just pay attention and make sure that those people are attentive and that they're not looking like they're ignoring everything that you're saying or they're projecting, right? You're telling them certain things about yourselves and they're throwing out these wild character juxtapositions about you. The Judgment and the Ten of Pentacles, because people would do that a lot. The Judgment and the Ten of Pentacles is about, and also just make sure that, when you see that, to essentially don't have this person in your life anymore.